So we got any questions that you guys have through Super Chat, we turn those into videos. And Insane Cuber says, if the Vikings win Sunday versus Green Bay, our Monday game at San Francisco has no impact on our final seeding. Do we rest the starters against the 49ers or wait for Minnesota in week 16? Well, I'm assuming that he's asking that question, but that is actually not the case, bro. So what has to happen is for that week 18 game to mean nothing, the Vikings must lose to the Green Bay Packers in week 17. If that happens, the Detroit Lions simply have to win against the San Francisco 49ers, and we saw them last night. We saw how kind of distraught they look, how beat they look, and we can beat them. We could take advantage. Fred Warner was upset. The whole squad was upset. Brock Purdy threw a costly interception. I think the game was already over, but he threw a costly interception. We have to beat them. If those series of events happen, then we will we will lock up the NFC North and the NFC first seed throughout the playoffs. Now, if we lose that game and the Minnesota Vikings win against the Green Bay Packers, then everything will be on the line in week 18. And they've already flexed the Minnesota Green Bay game. They moved it from the 1 o'clock spot. They put it to 4:25, which is the game of the week. So we do need the Minnesota Vikings to lose against the Green Bay Packers. Yes, the 49ers were eliminated from the playoffs yesterday. Says, no, you're misunderstanding. If the Vikings win in week 17, we can rest week 17 because it will come down to week 18 regardless. So, I hear what you're saying. Well, I assure you, Dan Campbell is not going to do that. He's not going to do that. He's not going to sit anyone in week 17. But that's I've never really thought about it like that. He's not going to do that. I don't think the players would let him do that. There's no way he does that. He's not going to put in Hendon Hooker and all of those things because we still have something. The Philadelphia Eagles can get the first seed if we lose against the San Francisco 49ers. So check this out. This is another reason why Dan Campbell wouldn't do that. If the Lions lose out, Minnesota wins 1 of 2, and the Philadelphia Eagles win out, guess who the number 1 seed is? The Philadelphia Eagles. So that's not correct. The Detroit Lions have to keep Minnesota at bay, and they also have to keep the Philadelphia Eagles at bay. So I did it on a playoff predictor yesterday. The Green Bay Packers are not really a threat for the NFC North, but they are a threat to not make the playoffs if they lose out. But the Detroit Lions, if they lose to the San Francisco 49ers, they lose in week 17 or 18, and then the Minnesota Vikings lose 1 of 2, and the Philadelphia Eagles win 2 of 2, then they would get the first seed. The Detroit Lions are going to drop all the way to the 5th seed. So I don't see that happening, but thanks for the super chat.